Hari Om. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha. Om Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Om Shri Mahadevaya Namaha. Om Shri Mahadurgaye Namaha. Om Shri Rama Ramaya Namaha. Om Shri Sadgurave Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashtakrita Vande Bhagavanta Punah Punaha Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Lokashankaram सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः शङ्करं परमानन्दं ब्रह्मनिष्ठं यतीश्वरम् भाष्यभ्रान्तिहरं वन्दे शुद्धज्ञानैकबोधकम् ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव हरि ओम हरि ओम. So in this Brahmananda Valli, the sixth Anuvaka, the teacher he says that one who considers this Brahma as asat, as non-existent, will also become non-existent, will become incapable of perceiving the Purusharthas. But one who accepts Brahma as existing will attain Brahma. So there were few questions which the students raised, that how to know whether the Brahma exists or doesn't exist. And what about the ignorant person? Does he attain Brahma when he drops the body or doesn't attain Brahma? Wise person attains Brahma or doesn't attain Brahma when he drops this body? So the teacher replies that Brahma exists because we can see this effect, this world. So the world is created by Brahma. So the description of this creation is given here. So akamayata, he thought, he desired that let me become many. And he did tapas, and having done the tapas, he created everything. Idagam sarvam ashrujata. Yadidam kincha, all that is there is created by that Brahma. And tat shrashtva tadevanu pravishata, and having created this world, he entered this world. See, this world is an effect. And as an effect, it has got many forms and has many names. And as an effect, it constantly changes. And it is also experienced as inert and limited. There are many limited objects. So the characteristics of the inert world is different from the characteristics of Brahma. Brahma is indicated as Satyam Jnanam Anantam. But this world is Asatyam Jadam Parichinnam. So the effect has got a different nature, but still Brahma is present in this world. Brahma is not only present as the effect, but Brahma is present as Brahma. Brahma is present as Brahma in this world, as Satyam Jnanam Anantam Anandam. And that is what is conveyed in this beautiful statement, that having created this world, he entered. Shankaracharya discusses this point elaborately and finally concludes that Brahma is present. Brahma, what we experience as I, the doer, knower, enjoyer, this experience is due to the upadhis, but the essence of I am Brahma. And this world, which is constantly experiences, constantly changing, limited, and inert, is also Brahma. So Brahma itself became the manifest as well as the unmanifest, became the with form and without form, became niruktam cha, that which can be defined, that which cannot be defined, that which has support, that which doesn't have any support, nilayanancha, anilayanancha, vijnanancha, that which is sentient, that which is inert. And very important, Brahma, which is Satyam, which is that Paramartha Satyam, which is the ultimate absolute truth, absolute reality, that Brahma alone became Satyam and Andritam. Satyam here means this Jagat. This Jagat is also Satyam, but it is called Vyavaharik Satyam. It is that which constantly changes, but it is there because it is expression of Brahma alone. You cannot deny the world. You cannot say the world is non-existent. Just like the gold appears like ornament, we cannot deny the ornament. But even when we see the ornament as a bangle or as a necklace, still gold is present in it. Similarly, in this world, Brahma is present as Brahma. Brahma has not got transformed into this world. Brahma appears as this world due to its own magical power called Maya. Brahma alone appears as this world without undergoing any change. So that is the most wonderful mystery of that Brahma. So now in the next Anuvaka, Anuvak number 7, again the question that Brahma exists or doesn't exist is further replied, and also the question whether a jnani and ajnani attains Brahma or doesn't attain Brahma, that those questions are also answered. So let us chant Anuvak number 7. Asadva idamagra asit tato vai sadajayata tadatmanaggas swayamakurta tasma tat sukrutamucchata iti yadvai tat sukrutam raso vai saha rasagam hevayam labdvanandi bhavati o hevanyat ka pranyat यदेश आकाश आनंदो न स्यात् एष हेवानन्दयाति यदा हेवैष एतस्मिन्नदृश्येनात्मे निरुक्ते निलयने अभयं प्रतिष्ठां विन्दते अतसो वयं गतो भवति यदा हेवैष एतस्मिन्नुदरमन्तरं कुरुते अथ तस्य भयं भवति तत्त्वैव भयं विदुषो मन्वानस्य तदप्येष श्लोको भवति. So in this 7th Anuvaka, the teacher says, Asattva idam agra asit. That this whole world which we see now, once upon a time, it was asat. Here the meaning of asat is not non-existent, but it was all unmanifest. Shankaracharya says in his Bhashya that one should not take the meaning of asat as non-existent, but it is opposite of manifestation. So it is unmanifested. Because from asat, from totally non-existent, the world cannot come. That was seen even before. So this world which we experience, once upon a time, it was all unmanifest. See, now we experience this world and we are born again and again in this world. So constantly we take birth and we die in this world. In different forms we are born. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare shayanam. In this way, our constant birth and death happens. Not only of a human being, but animal, birds, plants, and even the devtas are constantly born and they die. Even Brahmaji, Hiranyagarbha, is born and he also concludes his life. So when Hiranyagarbha's 100 years are completed, the entire world goes into what is called Mahapralay. Everything becomes unmanifest. Everything remains as Brahma. And that Brahma is indicated here as Asat. Asat means unmanifest world. So asatva idam agra asit, and it remains asat, it remains unmanifest for a long, long time. And then again, from Brahma, the whole world becomes manifest. So tato vai sadajayata, from that asat, from that Brahma which is unmanifest, this entire world is born again. Tato vai sadajayata. So when it is said the world is born from Brahma, is it that the world is born as a child is born from a father? Kim tatah pravibhaktam karyamiti pituhu iva putraha na iti aha. Shankaracharya says no. Because the child is born from the father remains different and the child remains different. But in case of this world, Brahma alone became the world, as though. So world is not different from Brahma, but appears to have some different qualities. That is the mystery of this world. So it is said that Brahma tasmat tad atmana swayam kuruta. He created himself as this world. Atmana swayam kuruta. He just himself became the world. And when we say world is not only the material world, but also the various jivas, various what you call the various life forms which are there. They are also expressions of this Brahma. So various bodies, various minds, various intellects, various different types of ahankar, all this was born from that Brahma. So Swayam eva atmanam eva akuruta kritavan. Therefore, yasmat evam tasmat Brahma eva sukrutam swayam kartuhu kartru uchyate. Therefore, that Brahma is indicated as Swayam Karta. Doesn't have to take help of anyone. Doesn't have to bring some material from somewhere to create the world. Brahma himself became the world in a most mysterious way. See, just as we individually, when we go to sleep, we go into that dreamless sleep state, deep sleep, and from there only then we create the dream world. So from where this dream world has come? From ourselves. The mountain, the river, the sky, the moon, the sun, in the dream all came from me. And all the beings also came from me. Similarly, this entire world is expression of that Brahma alone. One Brahma appears as many. So Sukrutam, therefore, is called Sukrutam. Sukrutam means Swayam Kartu, Swayam Kartru, Uchyate, is a creator, self-made. He creates himself as this world. Swayam Kartu Brahma iti prasiddham loke sarva karanatvat, because he is the cause of everything. So he is called Sukruta. So tad atmanam swayam kuruta tasmat tat sukrutam iti. Another meaning of the term sukrutam is good karma. Hmm. So when we perform good karma, we get the result. Not only good karma, we perform any good and bad karma, we get the result. We get the result as this body, we get the result as this world. Depending on our pap and punya, we acquire various lokas. Hmm? With punya, we attain Svargaloka. With papa, we might attain Narakaloka. So from where all these lokas and from where these bodies and all have come, from that Brahma. Just like the result of our good karmas give rise to this body, Brahma has given rise to this body and this world. So Brahma itself in itself is also called Sukrutam. Brahma is the Sukrutam of everything and everyone. Brahma is the good karma of everyone. From Brahma alone, the result as this world and as the various life forms have emerged. Therefore, Brahma is also indicated as Sukrutam. Hmm? Well, what we call good karma. So Brahma is the good karma. So Yasmarva Swayam Akarot Sarvam Sarvatmana Tasmat Punya Rupena Api Tadeva Brahma Karanam Sukrutam Uchyate Sarvatha Pito Phala Sambandhadi Karanam Sukruta Shabdavacham Prasiddham Loke. So whatever result we get, it is because of our Sukrutam. And since all the result ultimately we get from Brahma, Brahma himself is also indicated as Sukrutam. So tasmat tat Sukrutam uchyata iti yadvai tat Sukrutam. And that Brahma who is indicated as the Sukrutam is also indicated as Rasa, Raso Vaisaha is also very beautiful. So Rasatvat Kuto Rasatva Prasiddhi Brahmana Iti Aha Yadvaitat Sukrutam Raso Vaisaha. So that Brahma which is indicated as Sukrutam is also indicated as Rasa. See, Rasa is that which gives us joy, which gives us happiness. So when we perform some action, we get the result and we gain that happiness. So from where this happiness is coming, it is coming from that Brahma alone. So Brahma is indicated as the very source of all happiness. So he is of the nature of happiness itself. So that happiness is called rasa. Raso Vaisaha. Rasaha nama trupti hetuhu anandakaraha. So rasa is that which gives us satisfaction, gives us contentment, gives us joy. Just like we we enjoy certain things. We go to a movie, or we go for a party, or we go with some friends for a picnic, and we gain joy. So that joy is called rasa. It gives us tripti, it gives us contentment. So what is the source of all the joy which we experience in this world? The source is Brahma. So Brahma itself is indicated as rasa. Raso Vaisaha is rasa only. See, this happiness is the most fascinating thing, and for happiness only we do everything. Whatever karma we are doing, whatever upasana we are doing, whatever sadhana we are doing it to gain happiness and to become free of all our sorrows and suffering. And when we experience that happiness, we experience the happiness when we transcend our body and mind also. Even we transcend our ego for a short time and we experience that happiness. Sometimes we say that, oh, I was so engrossed in that work, or I became so engrossed in that music that I forgot myself also, and I experienced great joy. So, that experience of happiness which we experience in this world every, is experienced when we transcend our body, our mind. It doesn't require the body, it doesn't require the mind, it doesn't require the ego. So that happiness, the source of that happiness is Brahma itself. Therefore, Brahma is indicated as rasa. Yadvaitat sukrutam raso vaisa. Since we don't recognize Brahma, since our mind is impure, we experience that happiness of Brahma at different levels. Some people experience more happiness, some people experience less happiness. Depending on our pap and punya, we experience different levels of happiness. But the source of all this happiness is Brahma alone. Rasam eva ayam labdva prapya anandi sukhi bhavati. So when we gain this anand, this rasa of Brahma, we become happy, we become joyous, we are filled with joy when we gain that happiness which is Brahma itself. Shankaracharya ji writes कि न असतः न असत आनंद हेतुत्वं दृष्टं लोके. In this world we don't see a non-existent thing as the source of happiness. A completely non-existent object cannot be a source of happiness. And the very fact that we experience happiness in this world, that means the source of happiness exists. And that source of happiness is called Brahma. See, happiness is not something which we experience. Happiness is not something which is the nature of this effect. Like we experience Akash, Vayu, Agni, Jal, Prithvi, like we experience this world. Happiness is exactly not the quality of this world. Happiness is the very quality or the characteristic of that Brahma itself. So every time we transcend this world, every time we transcend the names and forms, we experience happiness. Every time we forget, we go beyond our ego, we experience happiness. Every time we transcend and go beyond our mind, our intellect, we experience happiness. Therefore, in deep sleep also, we experience happiness because we have transcended the body, the mind, the senses, everything. Here Shankaracharya writes, कि बाह्यानंद साधना रहिता अपि अनीहा निरेशना ब्राह्मणा बाह्य रस लाभादि इव सानंदा दुष्यन्ते विद्वांसः. Shankaracharya says the vidvamsah, wise person, an enlightened person in this world is seen to be very happy. See, when we meet an enlightened person like Bhagwan, Ramana Maharshi, he is seen to be always happy. Happy means not that excited or something, but there is great, deep sense of joy and contentment and happiness is there. Like in Gita also Bhagavan says, the Sthita Prajna is one who is Atmanneva Atmana Tushtaha, one who is Santushtaha, completely content in his own self, by his own self, without the need for any other object, without the need for any situation outside, independent of the condition of this world, they experience great joy. Not because they have acquired some object, not because they have their body is of a special kind, not because of their mind or intellect of a special variety, but they are established in their own inner self, which is of the nature of happiness itself. So Shankaracharya says that Bhagya Ananda Sadhana Rahita, free from all the external means of happiness. Generally, ignorant people seek external means for their happiness. We want to go somewhere to enjoy. We want to eat something to enjoy. We want to acquire something to enjoy. We want to meet someone to enjoy. We want to attain something to enjoy. So all these external means are there. But an enlightened person without the need for any external means, Bhagya Ananda Sadhana Rahita Api Aniha, free from all desires, Nireshana, free from all attachments, Brahmana, Bhagya, this Brahman is this enlightened person who has realized his own nature as Brahma. Bhagya rasa labhadi iva sanandadashyante vidvamsaha. He appears to be very happy, content, full of joy, without any external means. So nonam brahmeva rasas tesham. So definitely their rasa is this Brahma only. If there is no external means for their happiness, then the source of their happiness is this Brahma only, their innermost self. Tasmad asti tat tesham ananda karanam rasavat Brahma. Therefore Shankaracharya writes, therefore we have to accept the existence of Brahma, which is the very cause of their happiness. See, if we are experiencing something in this world, we see the cause in this world itself. Suppose I see this flower, see the yellow color, then the yellow color is there in this flower. But if I see this flower and feel very happy, that happiness is not in the flower, not in the outer form and name of the flower. The happiness is the very source, that is Brahma, which is expressing in me as myself and which is expressing as this flower outside. So that rasa one has to experience. So nonam brahmaiva rasas tesham tasmad asti. Therefore we have to say that Brahma exists, which is the very source of this happiness, which is of the nature of rasa. Again, another reason why we say that Brahma, the Shastras say that Brahma exists. Another reason is given here. We see living beings performing this action of breathing in, breathing out, means the pranas are functioning in them. इतश्च अस्ति कुतः प्राणादि क्रिया दर्शनात् अयमपि हि पिंडो जीवतः प्राणेन प्राणीति अपानेन अपानीति एवं वायवीया ऐन्द्रियकाश्च चेष्टा संहतैः कार्यकारणैः निर्वर्त्यमाना दृश्यन्ते. Therefore we see the living beings, their pranas are functioning, means they breathe in, breathe out, they live. Like we are also constantly breathing in, breathing out. The pranas are functioning in us. So why are we living? Why are we breathing? Why we are constantly breathing in, breathing out? This vayu keeps on coming in, coming out. The body is, which is made up of this external material, it also continuously functions. So different elements have gone together to become this body. And this prana, apan, vyan, udan, saman also is constantly functioning within this body. So all these different factors have come together and makes this body function. For whose sake are they functioning? If they are functioning in a very rhythmic way with a particular purpose, then they all must be functioning for the sake of something else. See, like we have a house made up of different parts. So if the house is made up of different parts, the house is not meant for the parts, but house is meant for something which is different from the house, for the sake of whom the house is functioning. Similarly, the body is functioning, the pranas are functioning not for the sake of the body. We are living not for the sake of body. We are living not for the sake of pranas, but we are living for the sake of something else. And that something else is Brahma, which is Chetan. So the Rishi says, Tad aha yadi tad yadi esha akashe parame vyomne guhayam nihita anando nasya na bhavet ko yeva loke anyat apana cheshtam kuryat iti artha. If that happiness was not there, then who would breathe in this world? Who will breathe out? Means who will perform actions? If that happiness was not there in this world, then there would not have been any motivation to live in this world. See, there are some people who go into depression. They become so depressed. What does it mean? they feel that there is no joy in their life. Some tragedy has taken place in their life, some loss, whatever be the reason. So they go into depression and they feel that, oh, there is no joy in life. My whole life is so dry, meaningless. मेरा जीवन कुछ काम ना आया जैसे सूखे पेड़ की छाया. My life is useless, like a dry tree which doesn't even give shade to anyone. So when a person feels depressed, when a person thinks that there is no joy possible, then such a person even thinks of ending his life. When there is zero possibility of happiness, then the person doesn't want to live. But the very fact that most of us are living and breathing and getting up early and performing our actions and living in this world, that means there is a source of joy. There is joy in this world. There is joy. There is source of joy. And that source of joy is Brahma. So therefore, Brahma exists. Hmm? So the source of joy, Brahma, does exist. And that Brahma alone gives joy to every being depending on their karma. कुतः एष ह्येव पर आत्मा आनन्दयाति आनन्दयति सुखयति लोकम धर्मानुरूपम. Depending on a dharma means depending on the karma which is performed by various beings, their mind and intellect becomes relatively quiet and peaceful, and they experience different levels of joy in their life. The joy doesn't come from some object. The joy doesn't come from acquiring something. The joy comes from within only. Joy is subjectively experienced. See, many of us, we go for a music program. So all of us are sitting there in the auditorium, listening to the beautiful rendering of that music in a particular raga. And we are sitting there listening. And we are experiencing that joy. So I experience the joy. My neighbor is experiencing the joy. Other people are experiencing the joy. We might think that joy is coming from that music. Music is just becoming a nimitta. The joy is coming from within. Ignorant people require some nimitta to manifest that joy. But a wise person doesn't require music to manifest that joy. A wise person can just sit and enjoy. So Shankaracharya writes that Supreme Self, that Brahma, gives that joy to each and every being depending on their karma, depending on their dharma. So that Brahma alone is the source of joy of every being. And Brahma alone is the source of fear also for every being. स एव आत्मानंदरूपो अविद्यया परिच्छिन्नो विभाव्यते प्राणिभिः इति अर्थः भयाभय हेतुत्वात् विद्वत् अविदुषोः अस्ति तद्ब्रह्म. So Brahma itself becomes the source of our joy, and Brahma itself is also the source of our fear. Ignorant people not recognizing that Brahma creates division in their vision and experience fear. But a wise person, having recognized that Brahma, becomes fearless. See, when we look at this world, we see this world as different from me. When I look at other people, I look at them as different from me. Some are my friends, some are my enemies, some are my relatives, some are my colleagues, some are strangers. So I look at everyone as different. And since I look at everyone as different from me, there is fear also. There is fear. If some negative person is there, then there is fear from that person. If some competitor is there, then there is fear. But a wise person looks at everything and everyone as Brahma itself. So there is no fear in the heart of a wise person, becomes free of fear. So the source of fear for ignorant and the source of fearlessness for the wise is Brahma. So Brahma does exist, because from that which doesn't exist, there will not be any fear or there will not be any fearlessness. So Brahma does exist. So why there is fear? Shankaracharya writes, Katham Abhay, what is the, why there is no fear and why there is fear? He says, Katham Abhaya Hetutvam iti uchyate. Yada hi eva yasmad eva sadakah etasmin brahmani kim vishishte adrishye drishyam nama drashtavyam vikaro darshanarthatvat vikarasya. When a wise person identifies with this Brahma, which Brahma? That Brahma which is adrishya, adrishyam, adrishye, which cannot be seen. Brahma is that which cannot be seen with our senses. Therefore, it's called adrishya. So, when one identifies with this adrishya Brahma, anatme, asharire, this Brahma which is free from any body, aniruktam, that Brahma which is free from any definition, anilayanam, that Brahma which is free from all support. When a wise person identifies with this Brahma, that person becomes fearless. Because other than Brahma, nothing is there. Fear is there when other than me, I feel there is someone else. Then there is fear. When I alone am there, everything is myself. Other than me, nothing else is there. Then there is no cause for fear. So one gains abidance in that fearlessness. So we see enlightened person fearless, therefore the source of that fearlessness, that Brahma, does exist. But an ignorant person has got a lot of fear. There is fear at every stage, at every point. So why there is fear? Shankaracharya writes, यदा पुनः अविद्यावस्थायां हि यस्मात् एषः अविद्यावान् अविद्यया प्रति उपस्थापितं वस्तु तैमेरिक तैमेरिकित तैमेरिक द्वितीय चंद्रवत् पश्यति आत्मनि च एतस्मिन् ब्रह्मणि उत अपि रम अल्पम अपि अंतरम छिद्रम भेद दर्शनम कुरुते भेद दर्शनम एव हि भय कारणम अल्पम अपि भेदम पश्यति इत्यर्थः. But in case of an ignorant person who because of his ignorance creates a sense of division between himself and that Brahma, creates a sense of division between himself and this world, then there is fear. Even a tiny little bit of division is created, then there is fear. See, many times we say that, oh, when I'm alone, there is fear. Really speaking, when we are alone, there is no fear. We feel frightened because we think, other than me, someone else might be there. Someone else is there. So when we are alone at home, we are afraid, oh, somebody else will come. Some ghost will come. Some other person might come and harm me. Some other being may come and do something to me. So when there is a sense of difference, then there is fear. But when there is no sense of difference, because really there is no difference, because one Brahma alone is expressing as all of us. So when I alone am there as this world, as all beings, then there is no sense of fear. See, like when we are in deep sleep, we are all alone there. There are no other beings there. Nothing else is there. And nobody is frightened. Nobody is afraid of sleep. Means when we are asleep, we are not, there is no fear. There is only joy. So all fear is because of Dvaita, because of creating difference in that Brahma. So atha tasmat bheda darshanat hetoho rasya bheda darshinah atmanah bhayam bhavati. So when there is a bheda darshan, when we see separation in ourselves and Brahma, then there is fear. Even when we think I am different, Ishvara is different from me, then there is fear. Fear from Ishvara also. Therefore, some religion and all, they talk about fear of Bhagwan, God fearing. Because they feel I am different, God is different. Then there is fear. But when we come to know that I and Ishvara are one only, ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्ति भेद विभागिने व्योमवत् व्याप्य देहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. Ishvara Atma and Guru externally may appear to be different with respect to forms, but essentially all are one. So when we create a sense of division in that Brahma, consider ourselves different and Brahma is different, ourselves different and Ishvara is different, and there is fear. But when we see everything as one, that Brahma alone, then we become free of all fear. So since there is this source of fearlessness, that is Brahma, for the wise people, and there is source of fear for ignorant people. For ignorant, the source of fear is also Brahma. And for a wise person, the source of fearlessness is also Brahma. So the very fact that a wise person remains fearless and the very fact that ignorant person have a lot of fear, that means the source, the cause of this, that Brahma exists. Therefore, Brahma does exist. And there is a difference between knowing Brahma and not knowing Brahma. Though Brahma is present everywhere equally, one who knows that Brahma as their own self becomes free of all fears. But one who doesn't know that Brahma is their own self, they have fear in their life. Okay? So that is what is said in this Anuvaka. So asadva idamagrasi tato vai sadajayata tad atmanadgasvayanukuruta tasmat tatsukrutam uchyate iti yadvai tatsukrutam raso vaisaha. So that Brahma is of the nature of rasa. And Brahma itself is the source of happiness. Brahma itself is the source of fearlessness. And Brahma is also the source of fear for all beings who do not know that Brahma. More about this we will see in class on Wednesday. Till then, you take care. Be happy, safe, peaceful, healthy, do your work, do your sadhana, listen to the pravachan again. Read Bhagwan Shankaracharya's Bhashya, contemplate, meditate, and understand what is conveyed. If you have any questions or if you have any comments, you can write your comments in the comment section. And if you have questions also, you can write it there. Then whenever, depending on your question, I will then reply. Okay? So see you on Wednesday. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Valli Syavar Ramachandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.